Hello out there. If you're a soul searcher like I am, you're my family, my friend, my comrade, and my soul tribe. Welcome. This is Hug, Love, Heal channel, and I'm your host, Sun Jin. I'm here before you today with the help and guidance of the universe and my guardian angels and spirit guides. In this channel, we discuss everything regarding love from the perspective of the survivors of the infant and childhood abuse and sexual abuse. That would be me. Some of you out there may be a survivor of some other things as well, but in which case, survivors always all very traumatic, endure the traumatic experiences. So we become survivors. So here we are. Please give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to support this channel, but also other survivors out there who may be in need of a platform to be able to speak their truth. And we are aspired to be one of those platforms here. So why did I make a title, Universe Works in Mysterious Ways? It's because of this. Retreat, word retreat. It means, I don't know what it really means, but I'm sure some of you out there, retreat could be a number of meanings. Please refer to the dictionary for the correct ones. But in this case that I'm speaking of, retreat is a place. I spent my entire whole month of just about October until October 4th. I was discharged on the date of November 4th. So I spent over a month, 33 days, at this place called the Retreat at Lancaster. And this is actually mental and behavioral health facility. So behavioral health facility translate to simple term of mental hospital, live-in. So that's where I was, live-in mental hospital. And so I'm here to unfold the story. However, I have to use a caution and safety. So I am going to really skip out why I ended up there, but how? How I got there. How did I get there and how long did I stay there? And so forth. I will unfold that story for you guys. So retreat is, what is retreat? This facility is a residential program for mental and behavioral health. Simply live-in mental hospital, as I had said that. And how long? How did I get there? I actually, it's a confession. I did some good amount of self-harm. That's how I got there. I ended up calling for help eventually, but I tried some good damage. And I made it out through alive. So that's how I ended up at the retreat. And how long did I stay there? For 33 days. And I just want to give the meaning, number 33. It is a symbol number for a guidance, support, and personal growth. And I think this fits how exactly what's occurred to me then. Now, So what was my schedule like at the retreat? My first week, I was very unwell. I had a shock, but then also fully blown fibromyalgia symptoms, as well as panic attack symptoms. So I was bedridden for about 3 days, just barely able to put few bites in my mouth and then go to the bathroom and so on. But mainly I was resting, and about 4th to 5th day into it, then I was able to go around in a wheelchair and attend to some meetings, and then mostly fulfilling the appointments that I had to go on and talk to about same thing. Why did I get there? and and also mainly my days were like going to cafeteria. After that I became well, that is. Then I would go to cafeteria for meals, and then the rest of the times were uh, let's see, going to the attending to the meetings. Actually, I needed to make sure I am fed and also got medication, daily medication, and also do my room care, so making beds, and then some self-care, like shower and washing my clothes, that kind of thing. But other than that, it was just going to the meetings or therapies, or in my case, I used to call it classes, because the building that the therapies were held were called school. So school naturally made everything held in it became classes. So I would go to classes to learn, to learn. So yes, that's what I did. And then also after those scheduled, fixed schedule, in the evening hours, there was meditation, yoga, and other meetings like AA, NA, Dharma. All these meetings were held. So I would attend to those things, including most of the nights were open art class. That's where I started to truly see my artistic self, that I'm not only good at healing arts, I'm also good at other, what's called a traditional, I guess, traditional art. And I really enjoyed writing poetry, and writing journals became my thing, simply because there was no phone access. There was no high-tech device whatsoever other than a TV, but it didn't even have that many channels anyway. So then let's go to the next question. Why do I say the universe works in mysterious ways? It's because I was happy. And it's bold statement from coming from someone only a handful of days ago tried to do a good self-harm. But what can I say? I was truly happy. Once I embraced the schedule, and plan on being there for the given time, which I didn't know when the dismissal was going to be. But once I embraced dismissal will happen when it happens, then I started to be a little bit happier. And then once I knew when the discharge date was happening, I fully embraced my time there to be using it as beneficial as it can be. So I started to talk to people more, and by this time I learned quite a bit of names, and getting to know people, making friends, and just really embracing the way that I guess my potential to my fullest potential. Wow, and that was good. I really enjoyed being myself there. Anyway, so let's just say once I embraced my time there, I began to see things positively. So my schedule daily, I would wake up at 4:30 in the morning and get ready quietly because I had roommates. And then I would go out to look at the stars because by then it was plenty dark in the morning. And I would stargaze and watch the moon, and just such a nice way of starting the day. And then I would go to cafeteria by the I don't know, 5:30 or so. Then they would start to serve coffee, and it was really nice because then I would sit down with a cup of hot coffee and then start writing. And these journals just kept flowing, and poetry, and other people come in and just chatting and talking what is, I guess, of my interest. So big about being an empath and spirituality, and I truly enjoy talking about God, and of all those things that are not typically spoken in outside world. And so it was something of a time where it was so precious because everyone else sitting across the other side, we just get each other. Like, I know who you are. Beneath your skin, deep, you're not just this person, but comes from all that of your pain and history. I get you. I get you. And I would feel that way towards someone too. So it didn't matter, no matter how we looked outside, because some of them looked pretty gruffy. And, we all have different size and shapes. And it's like, would I ever speak to these people if I am an outside environment? Probably not. But there, everyone was understanding. I know you. I think that was what really made it different, because when you know somebody, even though you don't know them, what can there be anything? I mean, it didn't really matter. You just end up loving them instantly. That's what it felt like. Just instant bond and instant love. But love as in, I truly care for you kind of way. It was really beautiful. So, and also because I felt carefree for the first time ever. I had always things to do, things to worry about, like upon childhood. If I didn't do things just right, then I knew what was going to happen to me. So I was worried all the time. And that still continues, my worried nature. I wish I stopped worrying. Yeah, anyway, so of those things, why I was also having this creativity coming from is because I had nothing to worry about for that duration of time. I was there just thoroughly enjoying that time of having no worries and just being myself, being myself is really pretty awesome. That's how I felt. And it was so good that here, even lining up at the gym to get nail clipper checked out, because you cannot keep those sharp things individually. So you had to go and check those things out in a given time frame. And then just lining up there was fun. People, watching, shooting balls or whatever, and just chit-chatting, or just even being quiet by yourself. Just everything seemed pleasant. And how could it not be? Because you feel so carefree. You are carefree everywhere you went, and whatever you did, or I did, I was feeling so amazing. And these ideas that flew, like ideas that flew, it is more like channeling messages, like how I understood these 12 steps program. It's the merge of these 12 the Buddhist texts of the Four Noble Truths and the Eight Paths. That makes 12. That's how you live your life, way of life. Anyway, it was just awesome. What did I learn? Well, aside from all this I just told you, I learned because therapists were there teaching us. The main objective was a radical acceptance. And radical acceptance is this. Well, we all know the serenity prayer already. Serenity prayer. God granted me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. This serenity to accept the things I cannot change, that is radical acceptance. You just simply say, heck, there's nothing I can do, therefore let's accept this is the way it's gonna be. It's not the best way of, especially if you are a rebel and needs to change, right? Change happens when rebels have to stand up for it. So that's when changes do happen. But in this case, we are accepting certain things that we cannot change. And we come across in these situations all the time, such as when we are in a relationship, interpersonal relationships, we cannot change the other person to benefit or to fit to my needs. So these things simply we cannot change. I am an Asian. I have certain hair features, eye features, nose features, and skin features that makes me Asian. These I cannot change. So these very obvious things. Oh, these days, such a thing as a plastic surgery and stuff like that. But I'm not about to go and do those kind of things. So anyway. So then we encounter these situations all the time. And so that was one main learning objective. And then there was about the unhealthy relationships of codependency and self-sabotage. And these are the kind of negative ways of what can happen in the relationships, including the relationship to the self. And there's healthy boundary versus unhealthy ultimatum, and then healthy coping skills, and self-love and self-care. Some of these things, all of these things. I believe that I was well studied and well practiced person in the realm of maturity, but having gone through these schools, I realized that was not enough. That was not enough. And also, let's say, I realized never is never enough. Never is never enough. When to say never is enough? When to say never? When to say never is enough? Never. Basically. So, and then also, this is some of like, I thought about it, human nature. We always want more. We always want more and better. And so when is enough? Never. And also this time I stayed with meditation, short and frequent meditations. So that really helped me to stay more in tune and in such a place of joy. Everything is fit in, tuned in. So it's almost like a state of bliss. That's what it felt like, blissful time. At the retreat, at the mental hospital, shouldn't I be all like bitching about it and why and blah, blah. So anyway, I stood up. I must say I stood up because I was so happy and blissful about being there. And let's see. And so who are these people? Who makes up the community? Who makes up the community at the retreat? Who makes up the community? And these people are right now are my soul tribe because we know each other. That is how we know each other. Even before we spoke, we looked at each other's eyes and we know why that person is there. That is how. The souls know who you are. So because of it, instant connections. That's why I'm calling these, they were my soul tribes. But let's take a look at what kind of people I met. I met people as young as 18 years old, of a college age. And then I met high executive from the corporation environment. And I met high level of healthcare professionals. And I met high level of school professionals, housewives, and young and older retired vets, and substance abusers. Let me not say abusers, even though that's what they do. That's why they're users, substance users, and LGBTQ populations. A lot of them, quite a bit of a transgender community as well had come in. And talented artists, singers, and painters, musicians, all those people. They all, including myself, have one thing in common. We all identify with very difficult childhood. Abuses, traumas, and lack of love growing up. And then that continues into the adulthood. So when we receive love, we don't know what love is. And we sometimes reject because it is so foreign. We may know what it's like to give, but we don't know. And God knows I thought I knew how, but I didn't. That is what I know right now. I thought all along it was Robert, but it was me. Again, God granted me the serenity to accept things I cannot change, but change things that I can. It's me. I can change. So, I can change. Let me have some sip of water. What are the best part of the being in this community? What was the best part of the being in this community? It's called understanding. Understanding. It is what I just said. People come from all walks of life. Like I had said, all these different people I've met. But one thing is clear. These people get me. These people get me. I get them. And even without having spoken any words, this heart, this love goes out to these people, wanting to love them. Yet, when we are offered love, you will say, no, it's okay. I'm not okay. I want to receive love. So for the first time ever, we feel together with these people, me, with these people, we all feel broken, a deep sense of sadness and longing, unexplainable ache in the heart without knowing where it stems from, and starving for attention and love, yet we don't know how to receive it. For the first time ever, most of us, especially myself, don't need to explain why we are the way we are, why we become empaths, why we give our arms and legs and hearts out to yet still suffer from betrayal, why trusting it is so difficult and awfully hard to let go of what we built on. And we did not get love, nor did we experience healthy attachments with others during developmental age from birth to tender age of young child. And we feel connected unconditionally. And for the first time ever, I finally felt I belonged. That's how I felt. I belonged. I belonged with them. That is where I feel happy and I'm thriving. The power of the community is indeed very healing. Now, 2.5 weeks after the discharge from the time from this facility, I'm going back. So it's been nearly three weeks. And I feel so detached I feel very lost again, sense of loss, or lost that I don't know how to feel it in a way. So I came back to Connecticut. That's where my home is. There was a facility nearby that I studied, but it didn't quite do the justice as a group therapy. And this means also I'm separating from my family. I don't know what the outcome of this separation would be just right now. But one thing is clear, that this strained marriage tension that I feel, it's so negative. The tension is even felt with the children. So it is what is for the best. So I'm in the new light. I don't know what the outcome is going to be like. But one thing we all agreed is that everybody deserves happiness. Even me. And even you. You too deserve happiness. So would I recommend this place, or let's say mental health care facility, if you get a chance? If you're already taking antidepressants or struggling with some form of low state, then I highly recommend, because it really gives a focus back to the self. We get caught up in our whatever mission is in our lifetime, children, family, and so on, work. But just taking some time off for the sake of the mental health changes the whole outlook of the person's persona, and then the comfort level of being in their own skin. It was an amazing experience. With that note, let's do our quick meditation closing. Okay? So, heart center, heart energy center. It's right between your two breastbones. Right here, the circle part of your palm. Connect to the heart center. And lower hand, the same place. You can cover over your belly button and close your eyes and breathe. Start with a nice exhale. And nice and slow and gentle breath in. And exhale. Letting an whoosh sound will help you to just let out a little bit of more of your angst, if you have any. Letting go of any discomfort. If If you let out with a big sigh, that is also good. It's a cathartic breath. And whenever you're ready, resume your comfortable breathing pattern. Bring your attention to your hand on your heart center. See if you have any kind of motion detected. Could it be circular motion, clockwise or anti-clockwise, or even it's a sort of a throbbing pattern. And bring your attention to your lower hand. Here we look for the same thing. Energy patterns. It's okay if you don't detect anything. It may just come across feeling warm, maybe cold. What you're looking for here is the synchronicity of the two places. If you feel pulsing of the energy together, or clockwise together, or even it feels like energy is connecting, going back and forth. And if you don't feel anything, that is fine too. Just breathe in for the places. One breath for the heart center. Another breath. And for the belly. And see if your third eye feels throbbing or open. May feel heavy. Third eye place is between eyebrows and about about an inch above the triangle point on your forehead. If you are able to scan your body, this is the time to do it. Relax your shoulders. Relax your elbows. Relax your forearms and the wrists and fingers. And relax quads and hamstrings. And relax the lower calf muscles. Relax all the toes. Relax the eyebrow. When you're ready, with the breath, open your eyes slowly. So please give thumbs up and subscribe. That would help this channel along with all the survivors out there. Whatever your trauma may be, you're being a survivor and you're soon here to truly help yourself heal. Blessings, everyone.